So hello,
Yeah,
Yuri.
hi.
How are you today?
Great. Great.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. How are your feelings today? Joining
Uh,
to the show.
well, I'm still a little bit nervous.
Of
I
course.
guess
Me too.
I will calm down during the show, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, this show is about the people of Amsterdam, as in the name states. So I'd like to interview people who lives in Amsterdam for a while because I love the city, and I had really great memories in the city. So I just wanted to know like more people and like as authentic as they become, right? Like as yourself. So why don't you tell us about like who you are and how did you come to the city and what are you doing in the city?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm Yuri or Yura. I'm Ukrainian and I'm a software engineer.
Hmm.
I've been living in Amsterdam for the last 9 years.
Wow,
Yeah,
it's a long
that's
time.
I myself always surprised by the number, and
Yeah.
actually, like to be completely honest, I came to Amsterdam by accident.
Hmm.
Like I used to live abroad a lot.
The wrong ticket or like by accident?
Well, I didn't
You're
specifically
like, oh shit, I'm in
choose.
Amsterdam.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but I didn't specifically choose Amsterdam. So like I've been living in Ukraine and I was traveling and I've been living abroad like from time to time. So it's just like okay, I get bored. I need to go live
Mm-hmm.
somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, that was like one of those times.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought that we'll go to Thailand
Mm.
and I would get remote job in US. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, I did remote job in US, and actually, I started to arrange the transfer and so on and so forth. But it was like last minute call. My friends offered me like, okay, we have a great project, new startup, let's go, like
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
Amsterdam. And I was like, okay,
Yeah,
you know,
Amsterdam is a really startup place. I also work in a place like a startup hub somewhere in Amsterdam. So
yeah, it
it's really,
is,
yeah, yeah.
it is.
There are a lot of new ideas.
And especially before Brexit, it was like I really felt that London and Amsterdam, it's like one megapolis.
Mm-hmm.
They are really connected,
Yeah.
especially financially. It was like for financial startups, Amsterdam was a no-brainer because London is expensive. Like Amsterdam is a bit cheaper, but still 1 hour travel time and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically this is how I get there and. Yeah, I've been living ever since. I thought about going back to Ukraine at some point. Um, the the problem was that moving is quite expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and um, like back then, like first time I wanted to move, I didn't have money because I would need to rent apartment here, rent
Of course.
apartment in Ukraine at the same time, transfer all my stuff and so on and so forth. So it's like a few thousand euros at
Mm-hmm.
least.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, yeah, okay, so maybe in a year or so. And actually, I get back to Ukraine, I started to look for an apartment and so on and so forth. But then the war broke out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I decided to stay.
And that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, three
Yeah.
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is like, it was a mark 24th February, start of the full-scale invasion. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Full scale invasion. Um. Yeah. So yeah. Can you tell us like your life changing here after that incident happened? Like, how did you guys handle here with your wife and family? Like, can you share your experiences with us as a Ukrainian when this thing happened?
Um, uh, yeah, to outline the experiences, like I think the Netherlands is one of the best countries in the world for
Mm-hmm.
Ukrainian in this situation to be in. I like overall, I think it's one of the best countries in the world
Yeah.
to be in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm really grateful for the huge support of Ukraine. last week, Sunday, there was a 3 years mark, and there was a demonstration on Dam. There were many speakers from Dutch government. There was a minister of defense, and like it's huge support from the country, huge support from people. Great place to be. And
Yeah.
like even taking a step back, the Netherlands is a great country to
Yeah.
to be immigrant. Like,
I think there was a huge support from not from the Netherlands, but from globally, from everywhere.
it really depends. So like in the Netherlands, the support is remarkable. So for instance, it was Dutch government who pushed for F-16 planes. So they even like pushed US to provide the planes. So yeah, like yeah, I have a lot of friends now scattered all over the world, and it's different. You know, like in Germany, it could vary from the region you're in. Like there are even like not say regions, but places where you could encounter kind of aggression for being Ukrainian, or you could face like fully Russian supporters. So
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like that in every country.
no,
Oh,
definitely not.
oh, okay, okay. I thought something different. Well, so I'm also seeing a lot of like, immigrants also Ukraine trying to, come in here and everything. So like, how did you guys arrange that situation? I guess you guys have had some sort of foundation, to come together and help each other. Like, how do you do that in here?
Yeah. So at the day of invasion, we just started to look. Well, we actually we started to look at social media, and it was a huge demonstration. So we just went there on Dam, and the demonstration was organized by the local foundation. So the main role of this foundation, they were supporting Ukraine because the war started not 3 years ago, it started 11 years ago with Crimea annexation and the war in Donbass, but was the start of the full-scale invasion. And this foundation, it was supporting, Ukraine, like collecting donations, trying to help Ukrainian army. But the main role of the foundation was to promote Ukrainian culture abroad, and as a place for Ukrainians to kind of to be. So, for instance, it's mainly cultural events, Ukrainian schools, stuff like that, and they organized this event, and during this event, so the founders of the this foundation, they were just kind of collecting information like for people willing to volunteer. And back then, a lot of people were willing to volunteer, myself included. So at the peak, foundation were like 500 people, 500 volunteers. And so we all were united by like the foundation, but of course, the main topic was the relief effort and helping Ukrainians and Ukraine. And people were just doing different
Activities.
areas, different parts, right? So we had a separate group of people taking care of refugees. So they were starting at providing informational support, so just as simple as creating a website like a database of information. So okay, so this is how immigration looks like. This is or refugee forms, and this is documents that you would need. This is how you do if you have dogs, for instance, stuff like that. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of questions, and some people were focused on solely collecting. Collecting donations. People were, of course, bringing clothes
Yeah,
and water and food and just logistics transferred it there.
of course.
And yeah, so my role was IT support. So like we made a few Telegram bots, websites, stuff like this. So and just to organize like 500 people. We created like a work from home office, so
Yeah.
with Slack,
That's
with
an amazing
mail,
to do,
and
by the way. That's really, really amazing. You guys did, yeah.
yeah, thank you. Thinking about this, yes, but then it's like when you are in this situation, you don't really have a choice.
Yeah, but still, like, you can still say, like, yeah, I don't want to be involved in that much. But, like, you know, y-
For all of us, it's like families
yeah, of course,
and
of
our
course.
friends on the line. So like
Hmm.
again,
Hmm.
like you don't really have a choice. It's
Yeah,
more of a okay, what more can I do,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So.
absolutely, absolutely. Then, so what is the name of the foundation? Maybe you can talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, so it's Ukrainians in the Netherlands Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
The website is ukrainians.nl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right now we no long like we are trying to restart like relief effort, but we don't really have a lot of donations right now. So like
Mm-hmm.
humanitarian effort dwindled. So again, like the focus as before is more of a like a cultural impact and things like demonstrations, like political
Mm-hmm.
influence. So to give Ukrainian voices here in the
Mm-hmm.
Netherlands,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more of yeah political, cultural more than yeah humanitarian aid and dragging
Mm-hmm.
boxes
And how
with
about
stuff.
the your supporters, your donations for this foundation? Did you guys were you able to find any uh, you know some companies to help you during that?
Yeah, a lot. Well, when the war broke out, it was like shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Really, it was millions of euro going on, both in like pure money and is just. So hospitals were donating very expensive
Mm-hmm.
equipment,
Mm-hmm.
like it's a huge huge machines for like
Yeah.
the tomography machines. So
Yeah.
you can imagine it's
Yeah. I
like
cannot imagine, but
it's
I'm trying to
this
imagine.
room,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
um, really great stuff and pain in the neck at the
Mm-hmm.
same time
Mm-hmm.
because like the hospital would say like, do you want a tomography machine? And then of
Mm-hmm.
course you want,
Mm-hmm.
but then like how do you transfer it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then you are on the phone. It's like, do you want so with some other company? It's like, do you want to help Ukraine? Like we need a crane, or
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
we need a car.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it was fun times, really great. It's exhausting because we weren't doing like a normal work. It wasn't a routine. It was just like a constant
Mm-hmm.
troubleshooting, and it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
constantly on the phone,
Yeah.
talking to people, asking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was joking that like the next war I will do my own like small foundation. So a lot of people did really like small foundations focused on one thing. So for instance, like drones.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
they buy drones, they update firmware,
Mm-hmm.
they repair drones, and because they do only one thing, they know how to buy drones without paying VAT tax, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
how to import it again, like without taxes in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
They know all the logistics, and we were just jumping like from one thing to
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a huge, huge effort.
yeah, yeah.
It is a huge effort. Yeah. Unbelievable. Well. Yeah. So So how do you evaluate now? Like, how is the situation both in the Netherlands for all immigrants and also like situation in Ukraine?
Again, I'm really helpful. I'm really grateful. Sorry, a lack of sleep. Really grateful to the Netherlands for still welcoming refugees.
Yeah.
A lot of Ukrainians are living here, and they still get support.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and in Ukraine, well, this is, I cannot say that something good about the whole situation. It is a full-scale war,
Mm-hmm.
and even so, right now I'm talking to, well, most of people I know, they not directly on the front line, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's had been 3 years, and for instance, every day there is air alert, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the bombings,
Yeah.
and it really, like, it is exhausting. So
Yeah.
people for 3 years without proper sleep,
Yeah.
and like my friend told me that at this point we don't go to shelter,
Yeah.
we just take our child. So like if we would die, we would die all together, and we don't leave, our
Yeah.
child, or like we don't.
Yeah.
So this is like a really cynical
Yeah.
thinking, right? But it shows the extent of
Yeah.
how desperate people are. It's
Yeah.
like
It shows.
it's 3 years, and like no, that there is no light at the end of the tunnel. So it's like,
Yeah, with the
so
Trump coming, promises and everything. Like, how do you see those new developments?
in my surroundings, we are quite pessimistic. So like
Mm-hmm.
we don't expect anything tangible from Trump.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So uh, the good thing about Trump, I think that he really united Europe, because he attacked Europe like same way as Russia attacked Ukraine, and
Yeah.
similar in a similar way. But
Mm-hmm.
it was direct attack, and like the same way, Ukrainian united against Russia. Right now, I think the whole Europe is more united
Mm-hmm.
against Trump, but
Yeah.
also against Russia.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm feeling the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, no one is definitely feeling any, trust to either, Trump or definitely not to Putin at all. Like 0%. Yeah, that's guaranteed, I guess.
But like,
From all European people, like, it must be 0% as far as I observed here. Um, so yeah, um, so thinking out loud, right? Um, so 3 years passed, and it's not a topic that we listen every day, right? About this, horrible situation. But like, would you have any kind of like? It's really hard to guess, but like, when do you think that's gonna, like, for how long do you think it's gonna be happening? Like, is there a way to, like, is it something that you feel from Ukraine that, okay, so it's slowing down, it's just going up? Like, what do you feel? What are your feelings about this, the whole thing?
well, so from the thing that you could see easily, Russians were attacking on tanks like a year ago, and
Yeah.
right now they are attacking like on top of donkeys.
What?
Yeah, really, like horses and donkeys. So
Why?
they run out of military equipment that was like stored from the
Yeah, I heard. I
USSR
heard
times.
they made billions of dollar expenses for the army.
Yeah, but yeah, so right now the outlook is positive for Ukraine. So the
Yeah.
Ukraine would win, but will win. But the thing is that, yeah, the actual outcome, like when, nobody could say. The thing is that, for instance, in my mind,
Yeah.
I always remember that when 2007 there was a crash of mortgage-backed securities,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then major newspapers, they all wrote that mortgage-backed securities are garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
like, don't touch them.
Yeah.
And after that, for 7 months, these mortgage-backed securities were trading, and they were even like rising in price before full crash.
Yeah.
So this is like regarding when. So Russia is crumbling. So they
Yeah.
are struggling to maintain this war. They will stop at some point, but like when?
Yeah.
Because Russia, the main thing about Russia is that they don't value human life
No.
whatsoever. So right, they could starve local population and still redirect
Yeah.
money to the military effort,
Yeah.
right? They could like drag Belarus into
Yeah.
this conflict, or so when is
Yeah.
not the question I think anybody can answer.
Yeah. 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 It's really tough to think to guess. I guess that nobody would, understand. Right. Exactly. So thank you so much for sharing this. Right. And like you're dressing really really nice, sweet thing
Thank you.
today. So can you tell us a little bit like what you're wearing
Yeah.
and like how did you guys make it?
This is vyshivanka.
Uh-huh.
It's traditional Ukrainian clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I didn't make it.
Yeah.
I just bought it in Ukraine. But yeah.
Yeah, it looks really
what
sweet. It looks like you guys are ready to dance or something. You dance with that? Or just
well,
wearing to everyday like
yeah, it used to be like a super traditional clothes. So yeah,
yeah.
probably you would wear it to like Sunday to like
Sunday brunch.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool. Looks cool. So how about your life in Amsterdam? So you live with your wife and kid,
Yes.
right? And so how do you guys like feel living in here in this city for the last 9 years?
Yeah,
What do you like about Amsterdam? And what don't you like about Amsterdam?
I cannot be happier. I really love the city has planning. So like the whole city is planned,
Mm-hmm.
and I adore this. So this is it shows everywhere from the like from every angle the city is beautiful. Like
Yeah.
the skyline is amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and all the amenities are there. So I think it's virtually impossible to live like without park nearby or some green area, transportation, groceries. So everything is really
Yeah.
accessible.
So it's tidy. So you like tidiness of the city.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
People are really welcoming and
Yeah. Kind.
kind,
Yeah.
relaxed.
Yeah, relaxed, right? There's this relaxed vibe, especially around the city center. It's becoming more relaxed.
Yeah.
And so what are the things that you didn't like? Okay, this is really not my thing. After 9 years, that still bugs me.
I can, so this is the thing that I love the most about living in the Netherlands is like the pragmatism of it.
Yeah.
And then like when you say is like, I don't like the thing, and then you start to figure out why, and you find the root cause and like, yeah, if people would do it differently, it would be worse. So like definitely it all kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love even the local weather. So many people complain, but
You get used to it, right?
first, yes, yeah, and I really love that it's stable. So the winter is soft, like plus 13, nice,
Yeah, this winter was really, really soft.
and the previous one, and actually
I don't even remember turning on my heater even. Did you?
a bit, yeah, in January.
Yeah, but you have a kid, right? So a baby. Yeah. Like for me, I just turned it off and I was completely fine with it.
Yeah, but in Ukraine, so it's like plus 30, minus 30, two extremes. So it's really hot. summer, really cold winter, and right now in the Netherlands, like it's nice weather all around.
Yeah, it's getting better and better every day.
It is,
Slowly but surely.
yeah, 2 months until the spring.
Yeah. And your son born in here, right?
Yes.
So 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 he's gonna be Dutch, but Ukrainian Dutch.
He is Ukrainian. Yeah. Uh, yeah, my wife get citizenship, and so she could apply together with our son. So they applied together, and
Yeah.
they got Dutch citizenship.
And what do you think about this? Like the fact that like he's not gonna really grow up in Ukraine, but like not your original country, home country, but like another country. So he's gonna be like two citizen of two different nations.
Yeah, but this is I think my duty, my responsibility to teach him Ukrainian culture, and also like maintain him in a local community, so also Dutch culture. So he really will be like a
Combination of both.
bicultural person. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he will be. He will be. Well, well, any other topics that you wanna share with us about Ukraine that you just wanna highlight with us before we close the this session?
Support Ukraine. We are really grateful, but yeah, the time is that the country is in need. So all the support is highly appreciated.
Of course, we wanna share that also on the video. So, Yuri, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you
It
for
was great
having
to have
me.
you. Of course, it was great to have you here. So, we'll catch up later. Thank you.
Absolutely.